Hello and welcome to this webinar, Safety. Don't forget the importance of LED lighting. My name is Andrew Pemberton and I am Product Manager at APEM Components, managing IDEC panel products. My portfolio includes relays, power supplies, sensors, as well as LED lighting. I've been a product manager for over 10 years, managing many different electrical and now industrial components. With regards to this webinar, the webinar will be recorded and your microphone's muted. There is also an open chat area, and I encourage you to ask as many questions as you would like, and I'll answer them immediately at the end. This webinar should be around 30 minutes, with 15 minutes or so for questions. And it will cover the following: lighting, technology and terminology. Why is good lighting at work important? Lighting hazard and the cost of poor lighting to the business, lighting standards, and IDEC lighting solutions. Its aim is to inform and enlighten you to the lighting challenges and standards, plus provide you with possible solutions. The information is not only for OEM applications. There are many more machines in operation today than that are being produced. Some of you recognize APEM, while others recognize IDEC. So let me explain. APEM, primarily based in Europe, has been manufacturing panel switches, PCB switches, LED indicators, joysticks, and keyboards since 1952. APEM is a vertically integrated company with a rich product portfolio and forward-thinking product roadmap. Purchased in 2017, APEM is now part of one of the largest manufacturers of human interface products. As IDEC, we now have 23 factories, 3,900 employees, and more than 100,000 references. APEM within Europe oversees the sales, support, and promotion of IDEC products with its dedicated safety team and European inventory. IDEC is renowned for best-in-class products and is part of many international standardization committees. IDEC's range include all the products you need for safety, industrial switches, automation, and industrial relays. People remember to illuminate corridors, workbenches, and even control panels during the initial installation. However, some people forget areas that are rarely used or visited. Control rooms, like the one shown on the left, control cabinets perfectly illuminated during off-site production. Machine tools, a challenging environment. Today, we're going to investigate lighting solutions and remember that machine lighting is not the same and poses particular challenges. Dust, temperature, vibration, water, and fluid have to be taken into consideration. Industrial lighting applications industrial applications that are dark can make the operator put the operator in danger from serious injury, as well as making the environment difficult to work. This has its challenges and can also provide uncomfortable working environment. This is where particular legislation can be a minefield. Therefore, let's demystify some of the technical words and understand the relevant standards. The incandescent lamp that most of us grew up with was very inefficient, not very bright, and had a short life. But worst of all, was 90% of its energy as heat. The halogen light, somewhat similar to the incandescent with its filament, but the filament was encased in halogen gas, allowing it to burn brighter and be 20 to 30% more efficient. CFLs, or compact fluorescents, also less efficient than incandescents and are still used in some factories today. LED, standing for light emitting diodes, are 90% more efficient than incandescent lamps and work in entirely different principle, using electrical components to generate the light. What we need to understand is that within an installation, We need bright light that fits the needs of the application, does not flicker, has a long lamp life, and is energy efficient throughout its life. Some other terminology that you may come across is ambient light, also known as general light. This is a significant factor in interior space. This type of lighting allows inhabitants to safely navigate around. However, within a machine tool or control cabinet environment, this is often not sufficient and can be different from the initial installation location. Lumens refers to the total light output of a source, whereas lux refers to the light falling on an area or subject. When comparing lux we need to take into account the surface distance and the application requirements. Here's a question for you, and let's have a little bit of fun. What was the year the first LED was put in production? Okay, the first year LED was put into mass production was 1968 and was Hewlett-Packard with an LED calculator. Other significant years in the life of an LED was 1962 when it was first born, 1970 when the invention of the low-cost LED. Before then, LEDs were costing around $200 US. And in 2014, the Nobel Prize was won for a blue LED. Color temperature, also known as correlated color temperature, describes the appearance or tint of a particular light. Most bulbs emit a white light, but this white light can range from warm to cool. Thinking of color temperature like you think of paint, where there's seamless, endless shades of white to choose from. In the same vein, there are several different color temperatures for you to choose from when selecting a new light fitting. This image depicts the light temperature of a candle to a fluorescent lamp. With LEDs, this color simulation is also possible, but is measured in Kelvin. As many of you know, when driving a car, a bright light can be a hindrance. In industrial applications. Therefore, the location of a light fitting when installed must be considered. Keeping it out of direct eye line is a must. However, sometimes you need a little more help to reduce the light intensity. This is where a non-clear lens is needed. Depending on the application and the type of light fitting chosen, a diffused light output is achievable. This can be via a non-clear plastic lens or a glass diffuser. Using a diffuser will not adversely affect the light consistency, but just soften it. As always, you need to consider cost. The lowest initial cost may seldom result in the lower costs over the life of the machine. You need to factor in the energy efficiency, the lamp light, the replacement cost, the initial installation, not forgetting the fitting itself. One benefit of LED lighting is it provides a strong, bright light. However, one problem with LED lighting, it provides a strong, bright light. How can this be a benefit and a problem? Shadows are formed when the light from different LEDs of a fixture makes it past the object that is being illuminated to cast a color tint around the edge of the shadow. This multi or chromatic shadow reduces visibility and accuracy of multiple applications, including machine tools. This can be seen on the left. Using an increased number of LEDs arranged in a non-linear configuration, the casting of shadows is significantly reduced. This configuration will not reduce the level of light output. However, it will provide better light quality and illumination of the object in question. A clearer and more accurate illumination can be seen on the right. So what is the cost of poor quality lighting? The true cost of poor quality light is energy consumption, maintenance and replacement of light fitting. Not to forget the loss of production, reduced productivity due to setup time, reduced production due to less efficient testing and verification, missing products during production, and there is safety. Safety should be the most important for both the employer and the employee and should trickle down from the risk assessment. Identify what could cause the risk or illness. Decide how likely it is that someone could be harmed and how serious. Take action to eliminate the hazard, or if this is not possible, control the risk. This is where some people miss or overlook or do not consider lighting. In simple terms, a light assessment is a careful examination of the lighting condition in a work environment. Who may be harmed, elimination of the risk, and decide if improvements are needed. A machine installed and commissioned 10 years ago may not be performing well today. This could be the result of light degradation. For those of you who enjoy standards, and this is something IDEC is renowned for, let's take a look at them. We need to fulfill and maintain the European standard for machines. To do this, we need to understand what they are. So let's start from the Machine Directive. For example, Section 1.1.4, lighting. Machinery must be supplied with integral lighting suitable for the operation concerned, where the absence is likely to cause risk. In addition, it must be designed and constructed so there is no areas of shadow likely to cause a nuisance. And where internal parts require frequent inspection, adjustment, and areas of maintenance, appropriate lighting must be provided. These also include tool setup and visual inspection areas. Some machines have specific European standards. EN 1837, 1999. The safety of machine covers integral lighting for machines. This standard specifies the parameters of integral lighting system designed to provide illumination in both standard and mobile machine applications to enable their safe use and efficient performance of the visual task to be carried out. Section 4.1, general lighting. When arranging the light for machines, ergonomics and lighting engineering principles need to be taken into account. The visual task, the size, the contrast, position, and speed of movement all need to be considered. 4.2 covers the illuminance. Within this section of the standard, it highlights the illuminance of the visual task that needs to be sufficiently high and uniform, and maintain luminance of at least 500 lux with a minimum uniformity of 0.7 on the task area. This is the same level quoted in many other standards. 4.3 covers glare, locating the light source in the optimum position as to avoid glare to both the machine operator and to other workers in adjacent areas. More and more things are covered within this standard. Applications. We all know applications come in all different shapes and sizes. Turning machines, milling machines, 5-axis vertical machine centers, all unique and require an integral light. One thing is consistent is the environment, harsh, challenging, with dust and oil, plus heat and fluids. The IEC standard 60529 IP clarifies the rate of degree of protection provided by mechanical castings and electrical enclosures against intrusion for dust, accidental contact, and water. The first character deals with solid particle. The second deals with liquid protection. This can vary vastly. The amount of water, submersion, at to what depth, the period of time, the direction of water, the pressure, all need to be taken into consideration. IP67F and IP67G is not a common standard in Europe, and also IDEC, and also allows IDEC to stand out from its competition. This standard is based on the JIS C0920 and the JIS K2241 standard covering oil proof and oil resistance. When considering standards, overall lighting costs, and the aggressive and harsh operational requirements, the IDEC LF1D and the LF2D are ranges on the market that solve difficult situations. The bright 1700 lux output at 1.1 meter provide more than adequate illumination for installations that have coolants and oil. The additional advantage of the LF1D-EN is that it uses 48 LEDs located in a position that reduces the uneven light distribution and multi-shadow. There are other qualities from this product that include easy wiring installation, adjustable mounting brackets, and the flush installation of the LF2D. For direct pinpoint illumination within a machine center, the LF1D-C provides this. 560 lux at 1 meter. This is a compact and bright solution that delivers in harsh environments. This application is somewhat different from the last and requires a different solution. Not everywhere is harsh, and some may just require dust or fluid protection. For example, packaging machines, control panels, 3D printers, assembly lines. However, we must still consider the glare, the directionality, the color quality. This is where the length of the light fitting can overcome some of these challenges. The LF1B-N series of LED light strips is a slim and perfect for applications where space is constrained. This comes in 6 different lengths and 6 different colors, making it a very flexible solution. The 6 colors: cool white, warm white, yellow, red, blue, green, with its IP65 protection, waterproof and dustproof. The 2 covers, clear and white, to combat glare, and its 40,000 hour life is an excellent solution for the semiconductor factories using yellow light, food processing machines, control panels, manual assembly lines, sheet processing machines, and even processing machines where a green light is used as a status indicator. A similar solution to the LF1B-N, but in the same way different. This unit near mirrors the LF1B-N, starting from 210 millimeters all the way up to 1080 millimeters. However, it is suitable for use in 12 volt to 24 volt DC operated equipment or applications where it requires the operate in emergency conditions, such as solar powered equipment. Also available in clear white lens, this LF2B is a compact unit that is used within control panels, manual assembly lines, as well as sheet processing machines. Remember, we need to consider the end user, the life of the fitting selected, the application, the IP requirements, whether it needs a mains powered or battery operated, the color of the output, to select the best product. Remember that quality and savings it will bring in the long term. I hope you've found this webinar informative. If you would like to discuss your LED lighting needs in more detail, please contact one of our sales offices spread across Europe. And if there is not a local sales office, one of our distribution partners that will be happy to assist you. Contact one of the IDEC. Thank you for your time, and I hope you enjoyed this presentation. And if there are any questions, please ask them now. Thank you. Okay, I see one question with regards to the IP67F and IP67G. Somebody's asked the question, what products are to this standard? So it's very simple. For the IP67F, the LF1D-C, the LF1D-H and J, the just the LF1D and LF2D EN version, the LF1D and the LF2D FH version all come with reinforced glass and go to this standard. When it comes to the the IP67G, the LF1D stroke LF1D EN uniform lights output solution meets this standard. Okay. Question with regards to the number of the hours. So the for the LH1B, this comes to 50,000 hours, and for the LF1B LF1B-N and LF2, these are both 40,000 hours. There's a question with regards to connectivity. Yes, because we have a large volume of stock in Europe and we have a factory in Europe, we're able to alter the length and fit connectors on to meet the customer specification. That just needs to, you need to speak to your local salesperson who will be able to assist you with this. Obviously, there is a minimum order quantity for such requirements. I don't think there are any more questions. No. Okay. Well, I thank you for your time and hope you have a great day. Thank you. Bye-bye.